How do you justify an MBA if you already have 12 years of work experience and you're making great money at present? Secondly, how do you prepare for the GMAT if you have a busy job, a family, and again, the entire household to manage? And then, most importantly, how do you pitch your candidacy to one of the most selective business schools in the world? That's Berkeley HAAS. These are questions that many of you have asked us, and these are questions that we'll attempt to answer in our webinar on this Thursday with Mayank. So let me just share the webinar screen. So if you want to register for this webinar, click on the link in the information icon above. So the theme of the webinar is going to be MBA after 30. How should you go about doing it, and what do you get out of it? In this webinar, Mayank will first talk about how do you go about acing the GMAT. Mayank scored a 730 on the GMAT. He'd not done formal learning for over a decade. So how he planned his preparation and how he improved his score to that 730 in his first go. The second thing we're going to talk about is how do you think about an ROI from the MBA? I mean, an e-MBA costs $200,000. And essentially, how do you really justify spending that kind of money when you are 12 years into your career? Now, even if you're one of those 25 years old who's looking for a full-time MBA, not an e-MBA, justifying that ROI is very similar. So definitely attend this one if you're going for that full-time MBA. The most important thing is how do you pitch your candidacy to Berkeley HAAS, and how do you address leadership questions? How do you get a letter of recommendation? How you address other essay questions is also something that we're going to look at this. Now, Mayank has been doing this MBA for 3+ years. So the last piece that we're going to look at is how has this MBA helped him so far? How has it made him a better person, a better leader, a better thinker, and a better planner? And what does he think about his decision, having spent all that money and having been now at that fag end of his MBA? What opportunities does he see overall? If you're one of those people who's looking who's preparing for the GMAT, you'd learn about how to plan your GMAT, how to position your candidacy. If you're one of those individuals who's thinking about, hey, an MBA in the US is super expensive, is it worth it? You'd get answers as to why it's worth it or whether it's worth it, even for someone who's 30+ years old. If you are in that group where you've been in a corporate career 8+ years, then you'd really understand why should you go for an EMBA, or what considerations should you have to go for an EMBA versus a full-time MBA. So I look forward to seeing you there. Just click on the link in the information icon above or in the description below. Happy learning.